What's up guys, Brennan here, back with another video. Today I'm going to show you a really cool jazzy, bluesy improv that you can learn. It's beginner friendly and you can use it to impress your friends. It's really awesome and I think you'll have a lot of fun learning it. Now, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton and it also helps you guys out because whenever I put out a new video, you'll get notified of it. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and play an example of the riff that you're going to learn today. So in the left hand, you're going to be playing what we call octaves. And what that means is you're playing the same note down here as you are up here. So these are both C. One's just lower and then the other one's higher. So you're going to have to stretch a little bit. If you're not comfortable stretching, you can just play it with one finger, not both fingers, okay? So you're going to start with C. Then you're going to keep this formation and jump down. You're going to skip this note B here and go to B flat. Then you go down to A, and lastly A flat. And that repeats. A good tip for this is to count to 4 each time you play it. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 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 1, 2, 3. Now you can play this faster, you can play this slower. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is you have to play each one the same exact amount of times. You can't play this one too quick and then, because then your timing's going to be off. So however fast you want to play it, just know that you have to play it each one an equal amount of time. So now we're going to get into the jazz blues. I think technically this is a blues scale that we're going to learn. A scale is when you just play a series of keys up and down the piano. So we're going to go ahead and learn it here. You're going to start with your thumb here in C, skip D and go to D sharp. Now your thumb crosses over and plays F. Then you go up to F sharp, cross under your thumb again and play G. And lastly, you play B flat. So that's let's try that again nice and slow. C, D sharp, F, F sharp, G, B flat, and then it starts all the way over. So see how C is right here? You then just start the whole thing over and you do that up and down the piano. This is going to take a lot of practice, but eventually you'll be able to do it just starting all the way up. Start over. Start over. Okay, so I want you guys to take a second, pause this video, and practice that just until you're comfortable going up the piano. All right, guys, next we're going to take this riff, do the same thing, but go down the piano. So it's going to start up here, C, B flat, G, G flat, or F sharp, F, D sharp, C. So we're playing the same exact keys. We're just taking it down the piano. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's go over it a few more times. C, B flat, thumb goes here to G, cross your middle finger over to F sharp, thumb goes down to F, cross over D sharp. So it's try it again. Okay, so the entire time, all up and down the piano, what I was doing and when I played it for you guys is I'm only playing those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys. Okay, so I'm playing those 6 keys all down and up the piano. So show you an example. Let's start here on C. Now I'm going to go down the piano. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Let's count a little bit more just because it can help visualize, because again, you're only playing those 6 keys. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start over. Now I'm going to go down the piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start over. And 1. I like to end on C usually. Okay? So again, I want you to take a second, pause this video, and practice not only going up the piano this time, but also going back down. And when you get up to the top part to when you then want to switch going back down, just know that you go like this. It's like one continuous stream, okay? Because if you then pause it, and then you pause and you're like, oh, I gotta go back down now. That's not necessarily bad, but people might be able to tell that you're pausing right there. So you kind of want to keep it going. Down. Down. Okay, so again, this is going to take a lot of practice just to be able to do it really fast. But my tip for that is to start nice and slow, especially if you're a beginner learning this. And then as you get comfortable, your hands get that muscle memory where you know exactly which keys to hit. And then you can eventually do it like all the way up and down the piano. I will say going back up the piano, it's a little bit trickier because you have kind of your hand is moving backwards, so you have to. It's a great exercise for beginners as well, because then you learn how to move all the way up and down the piano and your fingers are doing a lot of switching back and forth. Okay, so now we're going to do what we call improvisation. And what that is you are taking those 6 keys and you are playing them in different combinations. So essentially the piano is just these notes right here, C all the way to B. And then it gets higher, 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 or lower, 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 lower. For example, C, 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 C. That's all the same key, but these are just lower and these are higher. So when you're playing those 6 keys together, you're doing it just in this section, but it's getting higher and higher and higher and lower and lower and lower, which is why it sounds so cool. But you're still playing the same 6 keys. Okay, so now improvisation is really where the fun part comes in, because as long as you keep these 4 in the left hand, the same rhythm, meaning the same amount of time that you're going from each one to the next one, the right hand can really have its own party. You can do whatever the heck you want. You can go like this. Now, I'm going to point out something here. Remember how I said you have to keep the same amount of time between each time you land on this as the other ones? For instance, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the right hand, you don't necessarily have to do each note the same speed. For example, so the thing you have to kind of mentally pay attention to is, am I staying on each key in the left hand the same amount of time? Then the right hand can just do its thing, and you can go all up and down the piano. You just have to keep track of staying on each one. You can also tap your foot to keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now that you know the basic pattern of each hand and how to do it, I'm going to show you a few techniques when it comes to improvising that you can do for this exercise. So one of the things that people do when they improvise a lot is they go all up and they go all down the piano, as I mentioned earlier. So it's like, so sometimes when you make it jazzy, you add a little bit of swing to it. So it's like, you're kind of like bouncing that key a little more than the other notes. Try that with me. So you can do that up and down the piano like this. So now G is the one that you bounce. So you're kind of hitting that really quickly and then flowing into the other keys. Okay, so now the next little thing that people do when they're playing jazz and blues is they do kind of a really quick roll between usually 3 keys. So what I mean by that is like this. So you do that roll and then you play it like you normally were playing earlier. So I'll give an example. So practice doing the roll with these 3 keys, C, D sharp, and F. Then play it regular. And then you do the roll with this, starting from C, B flat, and G. So now you can practice it with both hands. Those 3 keys a lot faster than you're playing the rest of the part. So the last little improvisation tip I'm going to teach in this video is another thing that people will do is they'll take those 6 keys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they'll play some of them at the same time, like this. That does sound a little complicated, but just know that you're just playing some of the keys at the same time instead of doing them single-handedly. So sometimes people will just stay on the one key in your thumb and then move keys with your pinky like this. Just keep in mind that you're only hitting these 6 keys the entire time. You're just playing some of them at the same time. So practice that a little bit. Alright guys, and that is all we're going to do in today's video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them down in the comments below and I can try to assist. Thank you so much for watching. don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you like this teaching style of video, definitely let me know in the comments below and I can do more videos like these. All right, guys, see you next time.